Forget everything you think you know about the Matrix. Forget the secret cabals and the shadowy world. Governments pulling the strings. That's a cartoon villain. The reality is far more subtle, and honestly, far more interesting. The truth is, there is no need for a global conspiracy because the system that keeps most people trapped runs on autopilot. It's not a prison built of walls and bars, it's a prison built of incentives. Let's kill the world government myth right now. Coordinating billions of people is impossible. What feels like a grand, unified plan is actually just thousands of smaller systems. Governments, social media platforms, optimizing for their own goals. A bank wants to maximize profit. A social media app wants to maximize your engagement. A government wants to maintain stability. No one needs to force you to do anything. The incentives are so powerful that we willingly, almost automatically, align our behavior to fit them. That's the real system. It doesn't need a villain. It just needs you to follow the path of least resistance. So what are the bars of this invisible prison? The first and most powerful is debt. Think about it. Mortgages, car loans, student loans, credit card debt. Each one is a fixed monthly payment that comes out of your account like clockwork. These obligations are a leash. They drastically reduce your tolerance for risk. Yukio unjust quit your job to start a business when you have a mortgage payment due on the first of the month. Yukoa untake a year off to learn a new skill when your car loan is draining your savings. Debt is the mechanism that converts your future freedom into present comfort. You get the house now, but you pay for it with the next 30 years of your time. You become trapped because your liabilities own your future. Next, let's talk about the education system. Our schools are incredibly effective at producing one thing: compliant, specialized workers. From a young age, you're trained to follow instructions, meet deadlines, and specialize in a narrow field. This makes you a perfect employee. But what doesn't it teach you? It doesn't teach you about leverage, how to make your money work for you. It doesn't teach you about ownership, how to build assets that generate income while you sleep. And it rarely teaches you how to think in systems, to see how all the pieces fit together. The system is designed to create cogs for the machine, not people who can build their own machines. Then there's the modern-day battlefield for your mind, the attention economy. Your phone is the most sophisticated addiction delivery device ever created. Algorithms are not designed to make you smarter or happier. They are designed for one purpose: to keep your eyes glued to the screen. They do this by feeding you a constant stream of outrage, novelty, and dopamine hits. This constant distraction has a devastating effect. It shatters your ability to focus for long periods and long-term thinking. Deep work, that's where real progress is made. Distracted people don't build leverage. They consume content. In this economy, your attention is the currency being extracted from you, minute by minute. Another layer is bureaucracy. Ever tried to start a small business and felt like you were drowning in paperwork and regulations? That's not a coincidence. Complex rules and regulations almost always benefit the large, established players. They have teams of lawyers and accountants to navigate the complexity. For a small creator or entrepreneur, it's a massive barrier to entry. This friction slows down innovation by default. It's not necessarily an evil plot. It's just institutional inertia. The system is built to protect itself and resist change. But the most powerful prison of all isn't external. It's the one inside your own head. Psychology is the final lock. It's the fear of failure. The fear of what other people will think. The fear of instability. Most people are neurologically wired to choose comfort over growth. The familiar misery of a job you dislike often feels safer than the terrifying uncertainty of forging your own path. We tell ourselves we can't do it, that we're not smart enough, that it's too risky. In reality, we self-limit far more than any external system ever could. So when you put it all together, the debt that anchors you, the education that trains you to be a worker, the digital distractions that hijack your focus, the bureaucratic friction that slows you down, and the psychological fear that paralyzes you, when it starts to feel like a matrix. It's a life on autopilot. You work a job you don't love to pay for things you don't need, all while being too distracted and scared to imagine an alternative. This creates predictable behavior on a mass scale. It's emergent control, not centralized control. No one has to be in charge. So, how do you unplug? How do you escape? The answer isn't rebellion. It's not about fighting the system. The system is too big to fight. The answer is to make yourself obsolete to it. The real escape is leverage. Instead of trading your time for money, you need to build things that work for you. This means building scalable skills that aren't tied to your hours, like coding, content creation, or sales. It means owning assets, not just renting your time. Buy a piece of a business, invest in real estate, create intellectual property. Use technology, automation, and AI to multiply your output. You need to create asymmetric opportunities where the potential upside is massive compared to the downside. The goal isn't to break free in a single moment. It's to systematically increase your optionality, your freedom to choose. In the end, there is no villain in a dark room controlling your life. There are only systems, and those systems respond to incentives. Your freedom doesn't come from finding someone to blame. It comes from understanding the game and then building the leverage you need to write your own rules. You don't escape the matrix. You outgrow it. Thanks for watching.